Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been kind of MIA for a while. I've just been super busy with work, and I'm also shooting a film at the end of this month that I've been working on, and my parents came out to LA as a little surprise visit. So yeah, I've just been running around doing a bunch of stuff, and I am also working on some videos for you guys, but I just wanted to take a quick second to talk about the differences of when you get sick, like with a cold or a flu or anything like that, from when you're heavier. I don't want to say heavier, but like unhealthy, when you're making unhealthy choices versus when you are leading a more active lifestyle and making healthier choices. Yeah. And if you guys want, I can actually do a longer video about all of the differences that happen when you start to lose weight and have a healthier lifestyle. But the reason that I thought of this one is because I'm actually currently sick, which is why I have my chamomile tea right now. Before I jump into things, I should mention that this cold thing that I have going on right now is the first time I've been sick in going on 2 years now. So yeah, I used to get sick all the time. I would get probably 4 colds a year, plus like other things, bronchitis and UTIs and like other stuff. And now this is my first cold in 2 years. So yeah, and it kind of like threw me for a loop because I was not expecting it. But I think that just like with all of the stress of work and the upcoming films, and I'm traveling a lot this year, and I think like the stress of all of that travel that's going to be happening, plus we had to put down my family dog, which was obviously heartbreaking, plus my parents coming out here and me having to like rework my schedule so I could be with them. I think just with all of that, I obviously got run down, and that's all being sick really is just your body is telling you, hey, let's take a break here. But you know, my body hasn't done that for me in like obviously 2 years. So that's why I just kind of like, I guess, take advantage or take it for granted and think like, oh, I could just keep going. And like, it's like, bitch, hold on. Okay, so right away, the first difference in when you get sick, when you are healthy, is less severe symptoms. So when I was heavier, I would have like sore throat, like ears hurting, swollen glands, you know, congested nose, or really runny nose, headache, and like head, like pressure, just like sinus pressure, like all throughout. And then almost like, I would say like 9 times out of 10, mostly 10 times out of 10, my colds would turn into bronchitis because of my asthma. So like, as I would be reaching the end of my cold, I would start to get a really like deep, bad cough. Like, you know, that like that gross cough where it's like phlegmy and like you can hear everything going on in your lungs. Like that would be the type of cough I would have. And that would only be after my cold turned into bronchitis. So yeah, those would be all the pretty severe symptoms that I would have, along with nausea, sometimes vomiting, diarrhea, and all of the above. Oh, and body aches, of course. I never really get fevers, but once in a while I would get one, maybe. So what are my symptoms now that I'm healthy? I literally just started having like a sore throat on Friday night. Today is Sunday. And it was just like that, like dry feeling. Like it just felt like I hadn't drank water like all day. So it was just uncomfortable and kind of painful, but it wasn't like, I was like, oh, whatever, like in the morning it'll be fine. I'll just drink a lot of water. And then the next day, and then Saturday morning, so yesterday morning, I woke up and I just kind of felt like shit. My throat hurt. My stomach was all out of sorts, and I was just like really just fatigued and like dizzy and just not feeling it, just really tired and exhausted. And I went and got COVID tested. It ended up coming back negative, but yeah, so compared to when I was heavier, these symptoms were very mild. It was just like a scratchy throat and like some stomach discomfort, and yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe like since this is like the first day of the cold, it's just gonna get worse, and like this is just like the beginning. But this morning I woke up and I wouldn't say I felt like $1,000,000, but I definitely felt a lot better than I did yesterday. Granted, I did give myself time yesterday to just like be with myself and like sit on my couch and kind of do nothing and just relax and chill. And then I slept a lot last night. So yeah, I think my body probably just needed that reset. And then today, my only symptoms are, again, like my throat is just kind of sore. I have like just that like cold feeling behind my nose. Like I literally don't know how to explain it, but I think everybody knows what that feeling is when like you start to feel the beginning of a cold and it's like right behind your nose. That's just kind of how I've been feeling all day. And then I just like kind of have like a little cough. It's probably just from straining my voice because I've been at work all day, and my throat is sore. And yeah, but my stomach symptoms have gone away, and I wasn't dizzy at all at work today. No headache, no fatigue, no muscle aches or cramps or anything like that. So yeah. The next difference is shorter sick time. So when I was heavier, I would literally be sick for, like from the onset of cold symptoms, I would be sick for about a week with a regular cold, like sneezing, coughing, sore throat, everything, all of the symptoms. And then by the end of that week, like obviously like my symptoms would lessen with each day, but then by the end of the week, that's when it would start to turn into bronchitis, and then that would last for another 2 weeks. So in total, I would be sick for 3 weeks, sometimes more. I remember when I lived in Indiana, there was literally, I want to say like 6 to 8 straight weeks where I was sick, because I had like gotten a cold, turned into bronchitis, and then I like had to travel to China to study abroad for like a week, and obviously got sick because anytime I would travel, I would get sick. And so then that was like an extended bronchitis. And like, I remember my classmates telling me, like, they were like, I feel like you've been sick for like 2 months. And I was like, I have been. Like, yeah. So yeah, I would have 3-week-long sicknesses. Basically at the onset of a cold, I knew, I was like, the next 3 weeks are gonna suck. Now that I am healthy, obviously the sick time is way shorter. I don't remember what my last cold was like 2 years ago. I want to say it definitely didn't last a full week because I would probably have remembered that. But this time, I mean, yeah, my symptoms started Friday night, and already today, Sunday, I went to work and I feel a lot better. You know, it's obviously like I'm not at 100%, but it's not impeding on my schedule. Like I'm not gonna call off of work tomorrow or not be able to go about my daily activities. So yeah, definitely my colds do not last more than a week, and they don't turn into bronchitis anymore, knock on wood. But yeah, I think I have my asthma pretty under control now. So the next difference is there is less of a need for over-the-counter medications. So when I was heavier and I was getting sick all the time, I would literally just have Tylenol cold and flu pills stacked. Like I would buy them in bulk, like I knew I would need them. Ibuprofen, all of it. Just literally every over-the-counter cold medication you can think of, I had it, and I would buy them and just pop them like candy, because I just felt like I was never getting better. Like I would just need something to like lessen the pain. So one day when I was living in Indiana, and I think it was during this like 8-week sickness that I had going on, my dad asked me like what I had been taking for the pain, and I told him, you know, like whatever, Tylenol cold and flu and Mucinex, and like just a cocktail of over-the-counter medications. And sometimes my dad has some crazy theories, I'm not gonna lie, and then sometimes those crazy theories are right, and you're like, how? But he basically told me, he was like, okay, stop taking every over-the-counter medication that you're taking. And I was like, but Dad, I'm like really sick. And he was like, just stop. Like I read once that, you know, taking all of these medications can actually prolong your cold or make it worse, and you know, whatever. And I was like, all right, whatever. I've already been sick at this point for like 2 or 3 weeks, so what do I have to lose? So I just stopped taking all of it, Mucinex, Tylenol cold and flu, and I literally was better like the next day, or like within 2 days. I was like 100% like feeling great. So this is not to say that those over-the-counter medications can't help, but I definitely think if you're probably like abusing them the way I was and just taking them all the time, like your body kind of builds up an immunity to them, and then when you take them, they kind of do nothing. And yeah, maybe some combination of them can make it worse rather than better. But yeah, ever since that experience, which was like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, I don't buy any type of over-the-counter cold or flu medication, just because I know that I can pretty much handle it on my own. And I also just use like herbal remedies and like all natural stuff. So yeah, thanks for that one, Dad. So yes, as I've said, now I don't use any over-the-counter medications. I stick to tea with ginger. I cut up, I don't know if you can see, I cut up ginger and put it in my tea with some honey, lemon, and yeah, and then I'll just do also like shots of honey, because honey is like the best thing to coat your throat when you have a sore throat. And then, as I've mentioned in my supplements video, which if you have not seen, I will link below and maybe attach it somewhere here. I do take like immunity boosting supplements pretty regularly, and elderberry, zinc, things like that. So I just, yeah, I don't have any need for ibuprofen or Tylenol or Mucinex. I just do it all pretty naturally. And this next one goes pretty much hand in hand with shorter sick time, but it's a quicker bounce back time. So when I was heavier, As I said, colds would last a week plus bronchitis time 3 weeks. But you know how like you still have those like lingering symptoms even after you finish the medication, or you're going back to school and work and you're doing all these activities, like you still have like that lingering cough, or like that lingering like nose congestion where you're like, I'm still not there, like I'm still not back to being myself. That's what I mean by bounce back time. So I would, again, that would go on for weeks for me when I was heavier. It would take me a good month to feel back to being 100%, like waking up and having no symptoms at all. Now that I am healthier, I'm gonna have to see how long my lingering symptoms from this cold last. I'm gonna assume though that it's not gonna be that long, because even today I already feel, so this is the second day of the cold, and I feel as if I'm getting over it already. So like I feel like this is like the last day of my symptoms, if that makes sense. Like the way I feel today on day 2 of my cold is the way I would feel on like day 14 of when I would have colds when I was heavier. And like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I hope you guys don't think that I'm like saying this for like dramatic effect, because I swear you can literally ask my parents, my siblings, like my classmates at Indiana University. Like I would literally be sick just all the time and for so long, and to the point where people were like, how are you still sick? Like, so yeah. So I feel like I've already pretty much bounced back. Like today at work, people were like, wait, weren't you sick yesterday? Because I called out on Saturday yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, but like I woke up feeling great. So thank you so much guys for watching. If you have any questions at all about the supplements I take, or any cold and flu remedies that I might be able to help you with, please shoot me a question in the comments below. You can always DM me on Instagram. Any way that you would like to reach me, I am here and available for you. And if you guys want more videos about the differences between when you're leading an unhealthy life versus a healthy life, I would love to make some more. If you have anything specific that you would like for me to talk about, just shoot me a comment or message. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys some of the things that I've been working on. I will give you a hint. I will be reviewing a workout class pretty soon. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Hey guys, so I just wanted to update you because I cannot tell a lie. I'm an honest person to a fault. And that part of the video I made on Sunday, and I truly was feeling better. I really thought like, wow, this is the first time I've had a 36-hour cold or 48-hour cold. But just in the interest of honesty, to be completely transparent, I did start to get worse after Sunday. So Monday I felt like dog poop, and Tuesday I didn't feel great. Yesterday I started to feel a little bit better. Today's Thursday. And so like I had told you guys, I was trying to cure my cold 100% naturally. I was really trying to avoid taking Tylenol or Dayquil or anything like that. I kind of succeeded. So pretty much most things in that part of the video remain true. I took Tylenol 3 times through the course of 7 days. So that's a pretty big win for me, considering when I used to be not so healthy, I would take Tylenol every 4 hours for a cold. Other than that, I just used Vicks Vapo Rub on my chest. I also have this like African version of Vicks Vapo Rub that I got when I was in Africa that I used. I put turmeric in my soup. My friend made me try chopped up garlic in honey. My boyfriend tried to get me to ingest Vicks Vapo Rub, which did not work. I did not try that. But so yeah, I tried to do everything the non-traditional way, do things a little bit more naturally this time, because I do believe in the body's ability to heal itself. However, yesterday I caved and I picked up a prescription for a Z-Pak, azithromycin, I don't know how you say it, and prednisone for my bronchitis. So in typical Laura cold fashion, my cold did turn into bronchitis. However, I stand by what I said in the original part of the video, because normally I have a cold for a week and then it turns into bronchitis, and then that lasts for about 2 weeks. And my cold only lasted for like 2 or 3 days, and then it instantly became bronchitis. And now I'm already on day 2 of the prescription medication, so hopefully my lungs will be cleared up by like Sunday. So that will in total be a week that I'll be sick, hopefully. Sorry if all of this is boring and you did not care about that information. I just wanted to make sure that I was not telling any lies on my channel. I was truly feeling better when I did make that video, and then the next day it was like a truck had hit me. So I was like, oh my God, did I jinx it? Like, what? But yeah, I just couldn't post that part of the video without updating you guys on how my cold progressed. But I do still stand by what I said. For pretty much everything, I needed way less over-the-counter medications. I have been sick for a shorter time. I do feel like I was able to go about my activities normally. I just got back from a Barry's boot camp class and I feel great. Yesterday I was on set all day and I felt okay. So basically, I did not let this cold/bronchitis take me down. I am living my life, but yeah, unfortunately, the traditional route of prescription medications was inevitable this time. But please drop a comment below if you have any suggestions for natural ways to heal bronchitis. I truly do think that if I wasn't so busy with the film shoot that I had yesterday and like memorizing my lines and working on my character and all of that, that I would have taken the time to research how to cure bronchitis naturally, to avoid taking, the steroids for my lungs, but I didn't have time. So for next time, hopefully I won't get sick for a while, but for next time, give me some suggestions. And no, I will not ingest Vicks Vapo Rub, because that's disgusting.